Hey friends, I'm back, and today I'm going to make another awesome keto-friendly dessert. I've modified one of my old paleo recipes. I've made it a keto recipe, and let me tell you, they're not going to trick you into thinking they're real cookies, but they will satisfy a sweet tooth. So let me show you what we need. We need peanut butter, or if you don't do peanut butter because they are legumes and people think that they can't have them on keto, and maybe you can't. I do.
Because you're allergic.
If you're allergic or for whatever reason you don't do peanuts, then you can use almond butter. If you have a nut allergy, you can use sunflower butter. It's just as good. It doesn't taste as good to me, but it works just as well in the recipe. You're going to need heavy whipping cream. You're going to need sugar-free chocolate chips. And you're going to need ground flaxseed. This is a keto delight. It is not a grain. Flax is a seed. Flax seed. But it comes out like a grain. It has 4 grams of carbohydrates per serving, but also 4 grams of fiber. So no net carbs, 0. So anything you can figure out how to make with flaxseed, do it. And then I'm using this Pure. It is an organic stevia erythritol blend. It's similar to Swerve. I prefer Swerve, but this is what I have in my pantry. So use your own sweetener. It's going to be about a half a cup. And so you know how your own sweetener works if you need to adjust the amount to make it that way. And then a little vanilla extract. So one of the cool things about this recipe is it's not like a regular cookie recipe where you got to do all your dry ingredients in one bowl and all your wet ingredients in another, mix them all separately and add them together and blah, blah, blah. You just pour everything into the bowl, mix it all up, and then we put it in a muffin tin and bake it. Easy. So the first thing is the flax. We need 2/3 of a cup of flax seeds. And this recipe makes about a dozen cookies, but they're pretty substantial sized cookies. So where you might usually want to eat 2 cookies, I think 1 cookie would do it. So there's about 2/3 cup of flax. Just toss it in a bowl. We're going to need a half a cup of peanut butter.
What?
Half a cup of peanut butter, or whatever nut butter you're using, or seed butter of your choice. So if you have almond butter in your cupboard and you're like, what do I do with this almond butter? I'm always licking something. You can use it in this recipe and make delicious kind of muffin type cookies. They're not exactly cookies, but they are little blobs of sweetness, so you'll like them. Half a cup of sweetener. If I had Swerve, I would use it. I like the confectioner's Swerve the best. And so this is how I measure a half a cup, because I like it sweet. And so some of it gets stuck in there with the peanut butter, so I gotta add a little extra for that. So then we're gonna do a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. So the original recipe was almond milk, and the sweetener was maple syrup or honey. And instead of chocolate chips, they used raisins. So this has been greatly modified. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla. The original recipe also called for cinnamon, which I don't add because I don't like cinnamon in chocolate. If you do, you can add a teaspoon of cinnamon. When it was originally a raisin cookie recipe, the cinnamon went really well with that, but not so much with this. Mix it up, and you'll see what kind of consistency it makes. It's not really like probably any cookie batter you're used to. It's real thick, right? It doesn't look super delish, but it hasn't been magically transformed yet. by the powers of my magical oven. So that's the cookie base. It kind of looks like cookie dough. That's the cookie base, and then we're just going to add the chips. So I want to use 1/2 cup to 2/3 cup of chocolate chips. Oh, that's pretty close. 2/3 cup. Now you can add nuts if you want. Go nuts. Spray that old muffin pan with the trusty coconut spray. Doesn't have to be real precise. And then we're just going to evenly distribute those into these. I'm just going to kind of press them in. Use clean hands, folks.
Wash your hands.
So once you get them all evenly distributed and kind of mashed into the pan, then you bake them at 325, 25 to 30 minutes. And we'll see how they magically transform. Here's the finished product.
You know what home look like?
Thanks for watching. I don't know where my eyes are supposed to be.
Right there.
Like, subscribe, come back again, share this with your friends, and Keto One.
Come back.
5 minutes later,
I already gone.
apparently a success.